Hello everyone, for group 6, I'm Jay, Zhang Boji. These are my team members, Jun, Liang, and Wang Youhua. Today, our topic is troubleshooting, and we are in charge of the second part, urgent press change. And here is our outline. First, I'm going to introduce you some vocabulary in Senior 2. Later, Anna and Jun will play the Senior 2 for you. Later on, Anna will introduce you some vocabulary in listening practice, and she will also do the listening practice with you. Then, Jun will guide you to do activity 2. Later on, I'm going to talk about high and low context culture. After that, we will have a short break time. After we come back, we would like to listen to your comment, and we will play our inside story. At the end of our presentation, we will choose the best commentator, and Jun will going to announce. Before we start our Senior 2, I would like to introduce you some vocabulary that you may not so familiar to. I totally list 4 vocabulary. The first vocabulary is complex. Please repeat after me. Complex.
Complex.
It is not an adjective at this time. It is now a noun here. It means a large building having different parts which may all related, like sport complex, shopping complex, and hotel complex. Let me give you an example. They are planning to develop the whole site into a shopping and hotel complex. The second vocabulary is redirect. Redirect. It means to change the direction of something. For instance, please redirect any emails for me to my address in Taipei. And let's move on. The third vocabulary is interim. And its meaning as a noun in business is a person who employed to work for a company for a short period of time. Let me give you an example. Companies start using many interims because they don't have enough human resources right now. And the last vocabulary is thorough. It means detailed and careful. For example, they did a thorough research of the area but found nothing. That's all about the 4 vocabularies. I hope this 4 vocabulary will help you easier to understand the next conversation. Now, I would like to give the floor to Jun and Anna. They will play the conversation to you.
Anna, I need you to contact the guests of the meeting on Thursday immediately. What's the matter? I just received an email from the hotel we have booked notifying us of a room change. What? How can that be? Apparently, during an event over there last night, some equipment failed and they need some time to fix it.
Oh, I guess there isn't much we can do about it then.
Well, the good thing is they did let us know 4 days in advance, so we have time.
So, where will the new place be?
It's within the same hotel complex, but in a neighboring building. They managed to let us have the meeting room on the same floor.
So, the 7th floor in the next building. Got it. What is the room number?
It is a meeting room named the Pacific. I need you to start contacting people right now.
Sure, I will begin right now. I will send out emails and make phone calls to those who will be attending.
Yes, emails, calls, faxes, do whatever you can, and make sure everyone gets the message.
I think we also need to make new posters to redirect our guests to the right place.
You're right. I will get Ivy to make new posters, as well as 2 posters we will put in front of the elevator of our original building.
And shall I go arrange for an interim to stand in front of that elevator and inform our guests just in case?
Good idea, Anna. And remember to include a thorough apology when you send out your messages.
Okay, after this scenario, I believe you understand more about troubleshooting. Next, we will have a listening practice. Before we listen to the dialogues, I want to share you some vocabulary. Please repeat after me. First, explicit.
Explicit.
It's an adjective. It means clearly and exactly expressed. Here I want to share its antonym. Please repeat after me. Implicit.
Implicit.
It means implied rather than expressly stated. For example, we have non-high and low context cultures, right? A high context culture relies on implicit communication. However, a low context culture relies on explicit communication. Okay, next one, oversight.
Oversight.
It means an omission or error due to carelessness. For example, owing to my oversight, the letter was sent unsigned. Okay, the last one, corrupt.
Corrupt.
It's a verb. Here I want to share the definition on computer. It means to change information on computer so that it is wrong and cannot be used. For example, most of the data on the hard drive was corrupted when the power went out. Okay, now we have listening practice. Please listen carefully. We will have Q&A later.
Listening practice.
Please listen to the following dialogues and answer the questions.
Meeting mishaps.
Scenario 1. Waiter,
May I help you, Mr. Peters?
the gentleman in seat 3 is allergic to peanuts. He is complaining that his snack contains something that looks like peanuts.
I'm sorry, sir, but I am sure our kitchen received explicit directives not to include any peanuts in any of the dishes.
So you're absolutely certain that there hasn't been a mistake or oversight in this instance?
Yes, sir. There are no peanuts in the snack. I will go explain this to the gentleman right away.
Sure, you do that. But it would be best to comply if he insists on having his dish changed.
Of course, sir.
Scenario 2. Would you come here for a moment?
Yes, sir. What's the matter?
There is something wrong here. I cannot open my file.
Please allow me to take a look. Sir, it appears that your file is corrupted.
But I didn't do anything out of the ordinary just now. How could such a thing have happened?
There may very likely have been an error during the saving process.
Is it impossible to open the file from my USB drive now?
I'm afraid so. Do you have a backup file, sir?
I did save it in my Dropbox online. Can I connect to the internet?
Certainly. May I assist you with making the connection?
Sure. Oh, good. It is connected. Now let me type in the password of my Dropbox. Great. The file's there. Thanks for your help.
Glad I could be of assistance, sir.
1. In scenario 1, what kind of food is the gentleman in seat?
Okay, after listening to the dialogue, here we have 3 questions. Please raise your hand as soon as possible. First, what kind of food is the gentleman in seat 3 allergic to?
Peanuts.
Yeah, the answer is peanuts. Thank you. And second, in scenario 1, what did the man suggest to the waiter?
See?
Yes, the answer is C, to have the guests dish change if they ask. Third, in scenario 2, where did the man save a backup file? Yes, the answer is C, in his Dropbox. Thank you. Okay, this is our listening practice. Next, I will give the floor to June. She will tell you more about problems and solutions during the meeting.
Now I'm going to move on to activity 2. In this part, I will tell you 3 kinds of problems that we may encounter frequently during a meeting and 6 solutions that are available to deal with these problems. 6. First of all, if the projector malfunctions, what should we do? Well, there are 2 solutions to solve it. One is to ask everyone at the meeting to bring their own laptop, and the other way is printing out your file and sending it out to every person at the meeting. By doing so, this meeting can still go on even without the projector. To continue, if someone is chatting with the neighbors during the whole meeting, what can we do to stop him? The best method is to turn this person's attention back to the topic currently under discussion. A direct question can let him take his initiative to raise his ears and listen, such as, Anna, what do you think of Jay's suggestion? Or, Anna, can you share your opinion on this matter with us? Finally, if someone always criticizes other people's reports or ideas at a meeting, what are we going to do? There are 3 suggestions that you can consider. The first one is just to turn negative criticism into positive feedback. For instance, you can answer that. If you think this idea is not good, then do you have any better ideas? The second one is just to stipulate that everyone who wants to make a criticism has to explain the merits of this presenter's reports or ideas first, because nothing is more frustrating than just criticizing, but without any constructive suggestions. Then the third method is to communicate privately with this person. You can thank him for his contribution to the team first, and just let him know the impact his action have on others. After talking about these frequent problems and solutions during a meeting, now I'm going to give the floor to Jay. He will tell you the differences between high context culture and low context culture.
Now, I'm going to talk about high context culture and low context culture. There are many differences between high context culture and low context culture, like their gesture, expression, which had mentioned from the previous group. Therefore, we create a short conversation which based on a real situation that we could face in the future. First, I will give you the context of the conversation. Then, Jun and I will play the conversation to you. Jun will play as an American, and I'm going to play as a Taiwanese. At the end of this part, I will explain the differences between high context culture and low context culture. Now, let's move on to our conversation. The meeting has started, and they are going to the group's discussion. There are 2 people in the group. One is Jun from America, one is me from Taiwan. Okay. Now, their manager has just asked them to figure out the solution to the complaints from customer.
Jay, I think the manager gives us a pretty difficult task. What do you think?
I can't agree you more. What will you do to solve these complaints?
Well, I will apologize first. Next, I will ask them what the problem is. Then I will try our best to prevent the problems from happening again. How about you?
Well, I think my solution may like yours. I will also apologize at first, then I will listen their complaints. After knowing their true feeling, I probably give them some brochure to show our apologies. But I think the most important thing is not just thinking about how to deal with those complaints. It's about to avoid the complaints occurring again. If we have a complete SOP on our customer service, we suppose avoid those complaints in the future. Well, that's what I feel.
I agree, but I would rather deal with it directly. It could be the most efficient way to solve the problem.
That might be the difference between us. That's the end of our conversation. After this conversation, you may easily understand the difference between high context culture and low context culture. If the people in low context culture, they will prefer go straight to the problem, and they will like to solve the problem directly. In contrast, the people in high context culture, they do not prefer to go straight to the problem. They will try their best to avoid the problem, even right now or in the future. That's the end of this part, and I hope it will give you some help in the future. Now, this is the end of our presentation. We would like to have a short break. After the break, we would like to hear your comments. Thank you.
Let's welcome Group 1 to give us a comment.
Good morning, we are Group 1. My name is Tsailing, and she is Zoe, and she is Zora. Now we would like to make comments on each presenter. I am in charge of Anna's part. Then Zoe will talk about Jay's part. Next, Dora will focus on Jay's part. Now I'm going to talk about Anna's performance. I think she is very confident and fluent as usual. And she always smiles all the time during her presentation. Furthermore, it is very considerate of her to teach us more antonyms in her vocabulary part. Now I would like to give the floor to Zoe.
Hi, my name is Zoe Zhiyo. Now I would like to focus on Jay's part. First, Jay's pronunciation is very clear. Also, her voice is loud enough. Second, when Jane delivers the content, she uses gestures to let us understand easily. And moreover, I like Jane's stage performance because she always gives audience the natural eye contact. This makes her speech more convincing. And this is the end of my comment. Now let me give the floor to Dora.
Hi, I'm Dora Zhang. Now I'm going to talk about Jay's part. I think Jay improves a lot. He used to pause in sentences, just like he was too nervous. But now he looks more confident. He can finish his line more fluently than before and with a smile. So in conclusion, we think Group 6 did a great job. As Anna, she's fluent and confident as usual, and smiles all the time. And Jean, she has a clear pronunciation and gives us a strong eye contact. And Jay's part, he improves a lot. He can finish his line more fluently than before.
The activity. For each problem, they provide 2 solutions, and all of them are useful methods. So I think after their presentation, we have better ways to deal with the problems. This is the end of my comment, and I will give the floor to Eileen.
Hi, I'm very interested in my cover, and since in my cover I will talk about high and low comes culture. I think they did a good job. For example, like they give us a conversation when people meet the problem. There are the different solutions between American and Taiwanese. In US, people will solve the problem directly, but in Taiwan, people will avoid the problem. Also, Anna gave us the high commerce culture relies on implicit communication, and the low context culture relies on explicit communication. The information are really useful. This is the end of my comment. Let me give floor to Catherine.
Catherine Xu, actually, I'm going to talk about vocabulary parts. And in their presentation, when they teach us the vocabulary, they not only tell us the definition. And when Anna talk about the vocabulary explicit, she also teach us the antonym of this word, so we can learn another new word. And moreover, they also make a sentence of each vocabulary, so we can know how to use it and we can memorize the meaning quickly. In conclusion, we think Group 6 did a great job, and after their presentation, we learned many new vocabularies, and we learned the difference between high context culture and low context culture. And moreover, we learned the solutions to solve the trouble in the meeting. And this is the end of our comment. And I would like to give the floor to Group 4.
Hello everyone, with Alan Kelly Joshi, Liang Martin members, Judy Guohui and Sunny Xie. We divided our comments into 3 parts. First, I will talk about this part. Next, Judy will focus on G. In the outline part, he used different kind of gestures and transitions in the outline part. Let us know what you were going to talk about. And in a high and low context part, he explained it very clearly. And I also learned the difference between high and low context cultures when they face the problem. For example, high context cultures always avoid the problem, but low context cultures always go straight to the problem and try to solve it. So, and this is the end of my comments. Next, I will give the floor to Judy.
Hi, I'm Judy Guohui. I would like to give my comments on Jay's part. First, she always use pose effectively and have vocal variety, so her presentation is very vivid and would not let us feel tedious. remember her life, so her presentation is fluent. And I like the way she show us her content in activity 2. She gives us examples and use easy and clear way to tell us how to do if we encounter some problems in a meeting. And take 2 examples. First, if there's something wrong with our projector, we can bring laptop from others and send the file to that laptop, or we can print out our file. And the other one is, if we're going to criticize on others' ideas, we can talk about their merits before we express our thoughts, or we can communicate with them privately. And these are what I learned from her. And I'm very appreciative for it, because if next time I encounter these problems, I know how to solve it and will not be panic. And this is the end of my comments. I would like to give the floor to Sunny.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Sunny Xie. Now I will lay emphasis on Anna's part. For her vocabulary part, she explained the definition in her own way. Besides, she gave us some examples of the words so that we could apply the vocabulary to the conversation in our daily life. And the most impressive part is that she also gave us the antonym of explicit, and she explained these 2 words in details. People in the low context culture always express their ideas explicitly, while people in the high context culture tends to talk about their opinion implicitly. So these examples are really useful to me. Apart from the vocabulary part, Anna also did well in the scenario 2. She remembers all the lines, and she used vocal variety to add impact, as if she's a real office worker. So I truly admire her presentation. To summarize, Jay used to be nervous on stage, yet he presented very frequently on stage today. And for Jean's part, she showed her confidence as well in today's presentation, and she maintained strong eye contact to audience. And lastly, for Anna, she gave us a brief definition of the words, so we can clearly understand the words thoroughly. By and large, Group 6 all did well on today's presentation. So this is the end of our comments.
Hello everyone, we're Group 5. I'm Ellie Ranting. She's Tsailing Liang. She's Gigi Committee. Today we will divide our comment into 3 parts. First, I will talk about the vocabulary part. Sally will be in charge of the scenario part.
Hold on a second.
I will focus on vocabulary part. Sally will be in charge of the scenario part, and Gigi will focus on the activity part and brief conclusion. First of all, we think this group put a lot of effort into the presentation, especially in the vocabulary part. They not only explain the meanings of the words clearly, but also gave us a lot of examples to let us understand easily, such as the word explicit and implicit. They use high-low context culture to let us realize what the word the word is. We think this is very simple, and this is the end of my part. Now I would like to give my floor to Sally.
Thanks, Ellie, give me the floor. I'm Tsailing. Now I'm going to focus on the scenario part. I think the group 6 must spend a lot of time to prepare the scenario part because they didn't forget any line and they processed the presentation very well. I think they really do a lot of efforts on it. And this is end of my comments. Now I will give the floor to Gigi.
Thanks, Sally. I'm Gigi Tapinci. I want to talk about activity part. In this part, Jin not only point out the problem we may face during the meeting or presentation, she also give the example about these problems. Let us know more about the situations. After that, she also tells us the solutions when we encounter in this challenge, what we can do and what we can solve these problems. So in conclusion, we think we learned a lot from their presentation, especially in their vocabulary part, scenario part, and activity part. So we think they did a very good job. Now, this is our comments. Let's get. I will give the floor to Group 7.
Hello everyone, we're Group 7. I'm Fanny Wang Huang and these are my members, Cindy Wendy Hui and Lawrence Yu. We divided our comment into three parts. First, I'm going to talk about vocabulary. Then, make a brief conclusion. Now, I'm going to talk about vocabulary. In their vocabulary part, they gave not only the definition of the words, but also so we could understand easily and clearly. I think this is a good way to explain the words, and we learned a lot. This is the end of my comment. I'll give the floor to Cindy.
Hello everyone, I'm Cindy. I'm in charge of the part of stage performance. I think they are all well prepared and they didn't forget any lines in the scenario. I think Jane has great pronunciation and she always acts confident and professional on the stage. And Anna is always stable in the presentation and she always smiles to the audience and her voice is clear and loud enough for us to hear. And Jay this time made a great progress because he used to forget lines before his presentation, but he speaks fluently this time. And this is my comment. I will give the floor to Lauren.
Hi everyone, I'm Lauren. Today I'm in charge of their delivery. First of all, their speed and all of the explanation are easy for us to follow and understand. Moreover, they keep eye contact and use appropriate gesture to get audience attention. And the most important point is in scenario part, Jin and Anna did a really great job while presenting this part. They gave us more intonation and facial expression while acting. They established a comfortable environment for us during their presentation. And in high-low context culture part, Jin and Jay play a short drama to help us distinguish the differences between high and low context culture. I think this is the effective way for us to memorize the information which they want to deliver to us. And this is the end of our comments. Now I'll give the floor back to Group 6.
We make a video on our side story. And now we were going to play. We have our first meeting on 10/5, and our second discussion is 10/11. And we had our rehearsal just yesterday.
We are going to give everyone our feedbacks about the presentation. I'm Jin. I'm going to talk about my feedback first. First of all, I want to say thank you to Anna because I'm not really good at designing a PPT because I don't think I have a sense of beauty, especially on designing something. So I really appreciate that she helped a lot while doing the PPT. And then I also want to say thank you to Jay because I can see that she really improved a lot because this is not our first time to work together. So I think he really paid a lot of efforts on this presentation. It's really happy to work with them.
Okay, I'm Anna. This is my first time to work with my team members. They are great. It's my honor to work with them. Jay, he is reliable and responsible. He always tries his best to finish the work. And Jin, she is our good leader and a good model for me. She always has clear mind to decide what should be done and how to do the work. I learned a lot from her. This is my feedback. Next, I will give the floor to Jay.
Alright, I'm Jay. I'm very appreciated to work with them. And they always give me some advice on my work. So therefore, I can improve a lot. In contrast in the past. So to be honest, I'm very thanks their help, and that's the end of my feedback. Thank you.
Thank you.
We are going to congratulate Group 4. And because we think that they really pay attention to our presentation and tell us what they're really thinking about. So let's welcome Group 4 to talk about their feedback again.
Okay. Before they come, let me give you my comments. They also earned the highest grade for today's comments. So you have very good taste. Congratulations on your good taste. And congratulations on your achievements. Now you make a good point. They have very thorough comments. They cover almost everything. And they use different words for their wording. So pay attention to the minute details. Did you know the word minute? It's the same spelling as minute. Give me a minute. And the minute in our course, meaning 会议记录. But here, the same word means minute details. Please repeat after me. 你要形容很精细的，魔鬼都在细节里。那细节微细到很小的细节，他们遣词用字都是很用心的，有讲究的，不会同样的字一直讲。所以 pay attention to the minute details in their comments. Okay, here we go.
Hello everyone, we are Group 4.
Today we're going to make a comments to Group 6. I'm Kelly Zhongxi, and there are my team members Judy Guohui and Sunny Xie Wenxin. We divided our comments into 3 parts. First, I will talk about today's part. Judy will talk about Jane's part, and Sunny is going to talk about Anna's part. I think Jane made a lot of progress in his presentation. He used to be nervous and sometimes he may forget some lines. But in today's presentation, he shows his confidence and he used pauses effectively. In the outline part, he used different kind of gestures and transitions to introduce the context. And in the low and high context part, he explains very clearly. I learned the difference between high and low context cultures when they face the problem. For example, high context cultures always avoid to solve the problem, while low context cultures solve the problem immediately and strictly. So I really appreciate about his presentation today. And this is the end of my comments. Next, I will give the floor to Judy Guohui.
Hi, I'm Judy Guohui. I would like to give my comments on Jane's part. First, she always used pose effectively and had vocal variety, so her presentation is vivid and would not let us feel tedious. Also, she remembered her lines, so she talked fluently. And I like the way she showed us her content. In activity 2, she gave us examples and used easy and clear way to tell us how to do if we encounter some problems in our meeting. Take 2 examples. First, if there's something wrong with our projector, we can borrow laptop from others and send the file to that laptop, or we can print out the file. And the other one is if we're going to criticize on others' ideas, we can talk about their merits before we express our thoughts, or we can communicate with them privately. And these are what I learned from her presentation. And I'm very appreciative for it because if next time I have some problems like this, I know how to do and will not be panic. So this is the end of my comments. I would like to give the floor to Sunny.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Sunny Xie Wenxin, and I will lay emphasis on Anna's part, or her vocabulary's part. She used her own words to express the definition. Apart from she emphasized useful to me. Moreover, the most impressive one is that she also gave us the antonym of the word explicit, and she explains the differences of explicit and implicit. People in low context culture always express their opinion explicitly, while people in the high context culture tends to talk about their ideas implicitly. And besides, Anna also did well on the scenario too. She remembers all her lines and used vocal variety to add impact in the conversation as if she's a real office worker. Therefore, I truly admire her presentation. By and large, Group 6 really did a good job. To summarize, Jay used to be nervous on stage and sometimes he forgot some lines. But in today's presentation, he spoke very fluently. And I made a mistake on my first comment because I said frequently rather than fluently.
Good.
And for Jing's part, she showed confidence in her presentation. She also used vocal variety in her her presentation too. And for Anna, she's always stable, and she gave us the clear definition of her vocabulary. So this is the end of our comments. Thank you.
Let's go back to your slides on the activity 2. The problems and solutions. As they say, I would like to lay emphasis on this part. Not the projector malfunction. Okay, here. Someone is constantly chatting with neighbors. Okay, next one. Situation 3. Could you read this part? Someone always What is the solution? Turn
negative criticism into positive feedback.
And the second one?
Talk about the merits of the idea before criticizing.
Write this down, please. Is that what we are doing in this class? What do you say in your comments? Positive or negative? Positive. And when it comes to my turn, I get the time, I get the opportunity to criticize. But by that time, it would be very easy for you to take the criticism. After all the merits and positive comments, 三明治沟通法。我们这门课一直在做的就是这样，不是吗？先给赞美，一组上去做完报告，6组给他们赞美，后面老师在讲什么，他们都可以接受。That's fine, OK。那如果倒过来呢？你们通通给 negative feedback， 那老师最后给赞美，没有用了，每个都哭着出去，他跳楼的跳楼 ，OK。So it's very different. Write this down. Talk about the merits of the idea before criticizing. It's very, very important. When it comes to writing or speaking, if you get a letter with a very long letter, thank you for applying to our department. Thank you for applying to our job vacancy. However, after careful consideration, you have great qualification. However, 如果信很长的，那表示是 rejection.